than I expected it to be, but I'm still in here in the shop. And I was thinking about it. Um, a lot of knife makers worry about the competitors, the competition. You know, I've got swords over here. Some of them I don't know who the makers are. They come out of China. There's some that I know who the makers are that come out of China, and that's like my my Cast Iberia swords, my Chinese cutlery, cheesy katana, and I really like my Banshee and my Jin and my practical special katana, my Warhorse katanas, and all those swords. And a few years back, I was at Epic Booth. I was exhibiting at Epic Booth at Blade Show in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had went to, I think, the Cold Steel booth or something like that. And I don't remember what I bought, but I bought something neat and cheap. That's probably a reason why I'm saying you should buy stuff like that, is because some of that stuff is cool. Some of it is very affordable. But as a knife maker, I hear a lot of knife makers saying things like, you shouldn't buy from the competition. Why not? This is cold steel. This is competition. That's $40. I can't make that for $40. So I bought it. Why? Because it's cool. Because I'm like anybody else who likes knives and cool things like that. About why would I spend that, and why would I spend $40 on a spike tomahawk? Because it's a $40 spike tomahawk. And as you see how $40 spike tomahawk sticks. That was probably my own fault because I'm trying to do a throw while looking in the camera. But you know what it comes down to is this stuff is cool. Why should you buy from the competition? Maybe that's not the best thrower. Let's try it again. I'm sure it's, like I said, I'm sure this is more user than anything. But hey, because I enjoy them. I enjoy knives. I enjoy swords. I enjoy axes. And that's why I buy from the competition. Now, there's going to be some people who say, hey, there's some that aren't worth buying. There are some that might not be worth buying, but they look neat on the wall. Not sure what that is, but I think that was given to me to hang on the wall. And then there's some to collect, you know. Some of these up here I bought. The top one I made, I carried at Turtle Island. There's a Beaver Bill Keaton. I like his work. Another one I made, one I bought at a Rendezvous. It's not real good, but I always thought it was neat. One I got from Jeff, very cheap, and another one that I'm not going to claim. So, Aaron, how's it going? So why should you buy from the competition? Because if I don't buy from the competition, I have to keep everything I make. And if I keep everything I make to have a collection, I can't pay the bills, then I have to get a real job and work for some asshole that I don't want to. Now, I don't know about you guys. Now, you guys, I'm going to tell you, buy from the competition, because at some point you're going to get interested enough and say, you know what? I know what a $200 to $300 sword is like. I wonder what a good one would be like. I've got APOC series up there. In fact, I've got some that are for sale that I picked up at Blade Show. Are they the greatest swords? No. Are they fun? They are fun. When I look over here and I look at my Cast Iberia, my Hanwei Tinker Viking sword up there. Is it the best sword? No, but for the money, I am very happy with it. So I should buy from the competition. My Claymore, my Cast Hanwei Claymore, and then my windlass basket hilt. It's all competition. If you're making knives, your competition is somebody. Can you have a sword for free? No, but I'll sell you one. And then I get inspiration for a lot of pieces. Now, I'm not necessarily stealing designs, but sometimes I go, hey, you know what? There's a Biscayne Bay axe right there. That's got a neat drop to it. But I can change that design a little bit. I bet I've got one over here if I look. I'll be damned. Right there is a Biscayne Bay style axe. So, why do I buy from the competition? Because one, I can't make it for what they do. When they're doing production, I cannot make the pieces for what they do. That one right there, that little pocket knife right there, I couldn't make that for the $30 I paid for it. It's who is this? This is a Honey Badger. I cannot make a flipper folder for $30. The sword you can trust most, the one that fits you and you're the most skilled at. That would be my opinion of the matter. Now, at some point, everyone ends up copying a design. Okay, there are within reason as far as combinations go. There's a finite amount of designs that physically can exist. Now you could make this this flipper folder right here. You could make it 3 times this size and whatever, and call it something different. You could make one smaller. You can make them larger. You do what you like. But when it comes down to it, when you start looking at certain aspects, like who made the first Bowie knife, James Black or Reason Bowie, there's a lot of discussion between that. Now, the issue with that is that there were Bowie-styled knives long before Jim Bowie ever existed. Some people are Bowie knife collectors. I like making them, and I've had quite a few. But oh, Raw Impact, you're so cute. From your mom rubbing on it the other night. Tell her to quit calling me. Anyway, so when it comes down to it, like, I like different styles of knives. I like different styles of swords. I've got a recurve D-guard Bowie I'm working on right here. And that particular piece, you know, I'm sure there's some through history that probably look similar. And whether it's paying homage to those who come before and, you know, kind of were trailblazers and so forth, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, why should you buy from the competition? Because you can't, I mean, I know guys who collect case knives exclusively, or, you know, just different brands and so forth. Some are very brand specific. And when it comes down to it, why should you buy from the competition? Because buying from the competition, that may allow you to grow your collection and start buying from other knife makers, other companies, and so forth. Yes, the Shield Israel, that was one that I got. That Shield I got a few years back. I was officiating a Norse-style wedding, Norse-themed wedding, and we ended up, everybody got a shield. That's still got goat blood on it from the goat they killed. It's kind of cool. Your favorite knife is the trench knife from the world. It has the spikes on the handle part. Yes, I had one of those. Actually, had one of those go in the back of my leg one time. It was kind of weird. But yeah, the shield back there is real. And the other thing is, like, if I were to make a bunch of swords and knives and hang them on my walls for decor, then I'm not going to sell them. If I do sell them, then I don't have the space on the walls. So, plenty of reasons. If you're an enthusiast, if you enjoy knives, you enjoy swords, or maybe it's something else, then absolutely, you know, you should collect. You should broaden your horizons and so forth. There was a time that my grandpa and my dad and everybody carried buck knives. And you know, you had your buck. I think it was a buck 110. Your folder is 119 would have been fixed. Oh, so like your buck 110. I knew a lot of guys who carried those, and they almost all had broken tips. It seemed like, but you know, when it comes down to it, I would think that at times we're going to say, hey, you know, if you collect buck knives, you know, there's going to be different stages, like when they change from one steel to another, that might be interesting. You know, I know old timer Schrade in general has went through a lot of changes as well, and a lot of those companies do. Um, Dan, now I don't know. I didn't. It's a shield. I don't know that it's battle ready. Of course, I don't know if I'd want to trust standing behind any piece of wood in battle. But no, that's not cardboard. That is some kind of wood. I don't know. They had it made for the wedding, not mine, or not my design. It is my shield. They gave it to me. So yes, and thank you, POV. If you guys would be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But you know, I look at some of the cool things that I've made, and then some of the cool things I bought, and some things that I wish I would have bought at times. And the cool thing about collecting is you can always, for the most part, you can always sell off a portion of your collection to expand in a different direction, or to go towards maybe to go a different route. So buying from the competition, there's times that I buy from the competition to do reviews. Sometimes I want to try something out, like this honey badger flipper right here. Oh, I'm going to try carrying this for about a year or so, see how it holds up and all. So far, doing pretty good. There have been some knives I bought, like the Last Ditch Trench Bowie APOC series, that I was not as thrilled about once I got it as I was when I originally saw it. So it really just kind of varies on why you should buy. Is it because you like it? Is it because somebody else has one? And I mean, there's a lot of different reasons to, but there's really no reason not to. I mean, if you think that not buying from the competition is going to expand your business or give you an edge somehow, I don't know that it would. But that varies. Somebody's asking about seeing the basket hilt. There is a basket hilt. And it has seen better days, but it makes pretty good wall decor. I don't have it sharpened, although it appears to have been, it's been used a little bit, definitely. But there is my basket hilt. I always thought these were cool. Had a chance to pick up a small portion of a collection one time, and this was in it. And apparently, it's an older windlass. How I'm going to hang this. How I had it hung up. There we go. I've got friends that I buy from who I don't consider competition. We're all knife makers, and we actually send business to each other. So those who are really worried about competition, I would say don't worry about competition. Now, if you really are worried about competition, either up your game or make friends with them, and hopefully you can gain something from association. But buying knives from your competition, from your competitors, from your fellow knife makers, most of the competition I find is not my fellow knife maker. It is the commercially produced pieces. So that can be competition. Like for what Cass Hanway swords sell for, I could never make one for what they sell for. but I can buy one and I can enjoy it. So, I mean, there is an upside to it. Um, Now, is that going to keep me from making knives or swords? Not at all. I will continue to make knives and swords until I don't. And being that I've been doing it for over 30 years, I'm probably going to keep doing it until I can't, or until I just don't wake up one day. So, I guess there's a quick story I want to bring up. One day I went over to see my grandpa. Okay, will it be right to use one of those to do lamb barbecue? Dan, I don't see why not. Might as well. Um, I went over to see my grandpa one day, and I was telling him, I said, hey, it's after I had been on Forged in Fire. I don't know if I've been on Master of Arms yet. But I've been basically selling knives full time for some time and making good money, more money than I had ever made, working for somebody and not having to deal with the stresses of it. And I went over to my grandpa and I said, hey, I said, I've been selling knives. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't know, I just wouldn't do that. I said, well, I am. He went and got some Walmart special out and he goes, see that? That's $9. How are you going to compete with that? I said, well, Grandpa, that's not my competition. And I said, that'll kind of hold an edge. I mean, you'll get your $9 out of it, but they're really not my competition. When the Forged in Fire kitchen knives came out, a lot of Forged in Fire competitors had an issue with it because they saw that as competition. Well, people are buying a $14 kitchen remember what they're actually, there's a picture of them up there. There's like a chef's knife or something and a paring knife, are probably not going to be buying my knives. So when I look at the difference, people who won't spend more than $40 or $50 on a knife, and then I start at on the low end like 125, 150 for stuff that I put together for fun, and then on up to 4 and 5 figure pieces. The people down here, I'm really not worried about them buying from the competition because the competition's there to fulfill that niche. So I guess that's one way to look at it is, who's going to buy from you? I've had some people say, hey, you might want to be cautious about saying this or associating with certain individuals or companies because you could make some people mad and they might not buy from you. And realistically, most of the people that I would be making mad probably aren't even buying from the competition. They might be, but chances are they're not buying from me. Anyway, incoming call. But anyway, some reasons you should buy from the competition. I'm probably someone's competition. You should buy from me. If you like something and you want to enjoy it, you can make it yours. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. We'll catch you later.